Oh, hello. It's me, Watto. I forgot to get my headphones until the last possible second. I ran into frame. And now you all get to watch me put in my headphones. Yeah, that's the wrong one for the wrong ear. Got to fold back my skin flaps for my earbuds. Yada-da-da-dee. Yada-da-da-doo. They are not fitting in properly. This is what we in the biz call a warm-up. Yada-da-da-dee. Yada-da-da-doo. Warming up the crowd to a simmer. Yada-da-da-dee. Yada-da-da-doo. Can the people still hear me as I try to activate my headphones? I am now connected. Yada-da-da-dee. Yada-da-da-doo. Hello, everybody. My name is Watto. Thank you all for coming to this live taping of the George Lucas talk show. So, I don't know. What are the odds that there's a first-time viewer this week, right? Pretty low. Let's see the hashtags. Hashtag Lauren Brinth. Hashtag the Phantom Lapkus. Hashtag Indiana Jones in the wrong Missy. Hashtag May the Crispy with you. Hashtag Eliopoulis now. Hashtag that belongs in a secret museum. So you know what to do. This is a broken world we're now living in. There's no live studio audience, so you need people to show that they care by tweeting with the hashtags and making the memes and the fan art and all the good things that people love. I don't know. I'm tired. Let's start the show.
George Lucas.
Hello, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. Excuse me, I'm putting in my earbuds. Put in the right earbud. Now I'm about to put in my left earbud to complete the dyad. Fits perfectly inside the hole in each ear. No lifting of skin needed. A slight parting of the lobes just to provide a little bit of extra give when inserting the earbud. And now I'm ready for the show.
Watto? Hello, I'm Watto, the Flying Space Jew.
Hello, Watto. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. Something's wrong.
What is it, Watto? What's wrong?
I don't know. I had the problem with the earbuds at the last second, and now I don't. My cup isn't working.
Did you put a beverage in the cup, Watto?
Let me check. Okay, that's smart, George. I put the sandwich in the cup. I thought. I was wondering why it wasn't going through the straw. I put the sandwich in the cup. Thank you for looking out for me.
You're welcome. It's always the technical details that give you trouble.
Yes. No, I forgot. I put my beverage in this cup this week.
Oh,
so that's well, I messed that up. That was on me. I apologize for that.
Well, we have plenty of time for you to sort the situation out. I bet you'll have it done very, very early in the broadcast.
I think it's sorted.
It's sorted. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Watto, as always, I've missed you all week long.
I'm so full.
I feel like we should do more Zoom calls during the week. They're just private chances for us to catch up with one another.
Strong disagree.
Oh, strong disagree. Oh, that's interesting. What's your point of view on this?
Watto likes to maintain a separation between business and pleasure. And obviously, it gets difficult, George, because you are both a dear friend and one of my closest collaborators.
Right.
But it is a problem of the Zoom era where now we would have to use the same medium to socialize and to do work. You know what I'm saying? Usually if you and I hang out, we don't do it on the stage of the UCB theater. So I can separate them. I can file them into different boxes in my mind. But now, if you go, hey, do you want to hang out? I go, where? You go, Zoom. I go, what? Another show already?
That's right. Well, and that's why you're a consummate professional. I'm not a natural performer, and you, of course, are. Speaking of natural performers, here's our Patrick.
Here I am.
Patatouille himself.
Hi, guys.
That's
How
weird.
are you?
Your display name is wrong.
Yeah, you've misspelled your display name.
Yeah, you're right. Do you want me to change it?
Yes,
I don't want you to change it. I need you to change it, Patrick. It's not accurate. I need it to be screen accurate.
Pat the rat.
Oh, I changed it to Patatouille.
Patatouille.
No, change it to Pat. I'm saying what you are. Your name is Patatouille, but you are in fact Pat the rat.
Pat the rat. Patatouille is your name. Pat the rat is what you are.
It's what you are.
I am not my name.
Right. Like George's name is George Lucas. What he is a retired filmmaker. My name is Watto. What I am is a flying space Jew.
Right. Yeah.
Now Watto tried to drink a sandwich.
I remember. That was funny. I laughed. I wasn't on camera, but I laughed.
Oh.
George, have you talked about the big news this week?
What, the Democratic National Convention?
No, bigger news, George. Think bigger.
Well, I mean, 2 decades after Attack of the Clones, they went fully digital.
That's true. That's not what I'm talking about.
Well, what
over 175,000 Americans dead from pandemic? Is that the
nope?
What you meant?
No. I would say.
Wait a second. So it is smaller than that. Okay, I thought you were about to minimize it.
No, I would say it's smaller than that.
You fucking piece of shit, Pat the rat.
Yeah.
You talked about this online. The Disney Plus schedule, upcoming Disney Plus schedule got released.
Oh, of course. But that's something to anticipate.
But you should talk about it. You should get people excited for it.
What happened?
Strange Magic is coming back to Disney Plus.
The magic is back!
That's right.
Nothing strange about that.
And I was hoping that they were going to use the Mulan new payment strategy where you have to pay to get Strange Magic, but then if you subscribe to Disney Plus, you have it forever. Well, you have it. You know what I mean?
Thing I caught.
But I think it's just going to be available for any Disney Plus subscriber. I believe. Patrick, is it at midnight or 3 a.m. East Coast on?
I believe it's 3 a.m.
3 a.m. September 1st. Disney Plus subscribers will be able to enjoy one of my final official feature films to be commercially released. Strange Magic.
You got to watch it. And now maybe we'll be able to watch it on a live stream sometime.
Oh, maybe we will. Maybe we will. It was on. It's not a Disney Plus premiere. They had it on and then they removed it for reasons that
I don't understand. But
Yeah.
it's coming back, hopefully forever. That's my hope, is that it's coming back forever.
Yes.
You know? But that yeah, you're right. That is the big news. Not
That's big news.
Not as big as the
Yes.
ever growing death toll, but it is maybe the biggest good news of the week.
Should we say the other piece of Disney Plus news? We haven't acknowledged this yet, but I think we should.
Oh, I
mean, you haven't acknowledged a lot of things.
I think we should acknowledge it.
I acknowledge over 175 Americans dead from the coronavirus.
But okay, what was the other?
So the things I'm not acknowledging, are they smaller or bigger than that, Patrick?
I would say smaller.
Appreciate it. You caught
Thank
yourself just in time. You almost showed your ass. What I was going to say is Disney Plus announced this December a Lego Star Wars holiday special. Now that feels like shots fired. Am I right?
Well, I mean, what's another holiday special without my blessing? You know,
I think anyone should be able to do a holiday special. I think there should be as many holiday specials as you want.
Well, I think also, but I think it is, as George just said, that holiday special does not have George's blessing.
No.
I mean, I know what it would look like if there were a holiday special that George did bless.
Oh, could you
a new one?
Could you imagine?
Interesting.
I mean, I want to say this. I like the Lego guys. I like what they do.
Great bricks. Some of the best bricks in the biz.
I bless it. I give it my blessing. I'm not involved, but I give it my blessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
May the force be with you. You know, I give my blessing. That's it.
George, we should
introduce
our guest. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
And here's the thing about these guests. May the force be with them.
Mm-hmm.
I truly think it already is. Because these are too powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stream a real dyad, Lauren Lapkus and Chris Eliopoulos!
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You're here.
Oh my God.
Lauren,
I'm here.
Welcome. Chris, you're a first-time guest. Lauren, you actually were a guest on the George Lucas Talk Show at South by Southwest many years ago, or early in our stage run, before Watto was even a regular part of the show.
And it was before I had ever seen any of your work.
And now you are you have a very popular podcast in which people can go listen to you experience an adult woman going on the journey of experiencing this huge pop culture phenomenon that you had stayed away from for your whole life up until recently.
Yeah, I missed it, and Nicole Byer also missed it, and so we decided to watch all of it together. Every single film you made, cartoons, the holiday special. I'm actually very excited about the Lego holiday special, but
it'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time, Lauren.
We're excited too, even more excited at the prospect of what other people could do with the holiday special. Lauren, I'm very happy that I was not on the show back in the South by Southwest days when you last did it, because I wouldn't want to be on a show with you having not seen my work. I'm a little bit like Gone with the Wind. I need a proper cultural context. There has to be a preface before you can engage with me.
And you really made a big splash on screen. I feel like you were instantly someone I was curious about.
Oh, come on. Please.
No.
I can answer any question you have if you have any questions. You said you were curious.
Well, I guess I had a question about the cup you were drinking out of.
Oh, yes.
The other one that had you on it.
Well,
this was the one that had me. I took the cap off.
The cap, I guess, is what I'm interested in.
And now you can see, though, the bottom of the cup is Watto's crotch.
Well, I'm curious about the top of it, where you drink out of your own back.
Of course.
How do you feel about having a product like that? Because I don't know if I would want to have a cup that had me on the top with a straw in my back.
You don't have one?
Chris,
No.
do you have one? Chris?
No, I don't suck out my own spinal fluid.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, for me, it's very natural, but I assume that there was a wrong Missy cup in which you could drink out of Missy's spine.
It would be very on brand.
That would be good.
It would be very on brand for that, Missy.
Look, that movie, very funny, enjoyed it deeply, but I did watch it and scene by scene say, feels like Missy should be drinking out of her own bag. Like, it felt like you were missing that prop every moment on screen.
Did you notice how when you said you liked it, I just really quickly jammed the thank you in there because I knew you were going to have a criticism to follow?
I think that's a fair criticism. 10 out of 10 stars, but you should have drank out of your own bag.
Okay.
My only criticism, Lauren, is that I when I watched the film, I felt tricked, and this isn't a bad thing, but it's rare that I'm tricked. But I'm going to tune out for the next 30 seconds because I'm going to spoil something that happens in the movie, which you should check out on Netflix.
I thought you were telling me to tune out. I was like, I think I know how it goes.
Lauren, I hope you know how it ends. If not, I highly recommend you watch it. They might have shot out of sequence, and you might have thought the last thing you filmed was the end of the movie. What was the last shot that you filmed? Do you remember?
The last shot I filmed, actually, the last day of filming for me was me spinning in a giant sort of machine where they flipped me head over heels so they could put my face onto the body of my stunt double who fell down the mountain side or cliff side.
Did you think
so
that
my last day of filming was
Missy
died?
died?
I thought the last scene was me going,
Yeah.
I love that finding out that was a digital effect. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. But did a woman really did do that stunt off the side of the cliff?
She did. She was in like a full cord thing, like where she was flipping over and over again, her body flipping 360 degrees face forward over the side of a cliff. It was amazing.
Wow. Well, now to the people I told to tune out who've now tuned back in, you have to tune back out again because I didn't get around to spoiling it.
Ready? Yeah. Spoiler alert starting. 3, 2, 1.
She's not the wrong Missy. She's 100% the right Missy.
I understand what the right Missy.
I understand what it's in reference to. That it's a mistake. There's a bit of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't be more right. If
couldn't be more right, as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's because I feel like misdirect.
I feel like a lot of people missed that actually when they were watching it. They still were going, well, which one was the wrong one, and how am I supposed to understand this? And there was just the movie's really complicated, and I think a lot of people were left to search online for understanding like all the Easter eggs and that kind of stuff. But thank you.
The cup would have cleared it up, but once again, that's just constructive criticism.
Now, one thing in all of your Star Wars,
George, tell everyone to tune back in.
Oh yeah, everybody tune back in.
Wait, hold on. Let's give them a warning before they should tune back in. So everyone tune back in 3 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1.
3. Back. Great. Now, one thing, Lauren, that I imagine you didn't, I'm guessing that you didn't explore on your Star Wars journey was Star Wars comics.
We didn't. You're right.
Didn't. Now, Chris, you are a wonderful cartoonist, and some of your comics that you have worked on Star Wars comics.
I have. I've written and drawn them.
You've written them and you've drawn them. Yeah. How much? Tell me just in bold strokes, what was that? What did it feel like when you first found out you were going to be writing and drawing Star Wars? Did you already like Star Wars, or were you like, oh no, I have to do Star Wars now?
No, I don't remember because I think I got so drunk I don't remember the night.
Well,
right. But yeah,
what are you saying? I have a bad feeling about this, or what are you saying? Yippee!
No, not yippee. Sorry,
not yippee.
I figured. Well, I mean that's the prequels, and we don't discuss those here. But
and also yippee is
yippee
is the thing that a murderer says.
Right.
You don't want to say yippee because the
future murderer, yippee, right?
He ends up murdering people.
Little children, by the way.
Yes, don't say yippee.
Yeah, don't say yippee. So so that's some of my stuff right there.
But you can say BB.
BB-8, baby.
BB.
BB.
So do you want to hear a story that I did that got not allowed from years ago?
Absolutely.
So
that's the kind of
you were still in charge of the company. I came up with a story for Dark Horse Comics. Yeah. It was the story of the guy who screwed up your plans. The Ewoks, a la Spinal Tap, were supposed to be 30 feet tall, and the guy accidentally put 3 feet tall. And so when they came on set, everybody was disappointed, and he got fired. And he goes and lives on the street for like 30 years, whatever the time frame is. He finally is welcomed back when they start to do the prequels, and he decides he's going to finally make a character that's worthy of forgetting the Ewoks, and that, of course, is who? Jar Jar Binks. So that was the ending, and Lucasfilm said, no, thank you.
Wow. George, why did you do that?
Yeah,
Well,
how rude, George. How rude.
Well, because this would have been my take on it. If I look at it, I thought it's the true analogy in my mind would have been that you make he accidentally makes Jar Jar's tongue too short. Then you got something that his thing is shortening, because Jar Jar famously, and that would be the point where I just lose it, because I wanted long Ewoks. This guy made short ones, and now I want a long Jar Jar tongue, and you made a real tiny little stubby short tongue. Then I think then you have what I like to call a story.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I call that a story.
I can see why you had so much help on your movies.
You have to get help, because they won't let you make it on your own.
He tried.
I tried.
We saw.
He tried really hard.
I tried to do it on my own, and they said no, you can't.
Chris, I think you're getting at the real reason George rejected this story, which is official canon says George Lucas has never made a mistake. Everything that is in Star Wars is exactly how he planned it to be 40 years ago.
Yeah,
that's canon. Never been a mistake in the making of a Star Wars movie.
Never.
If you think there was a mistake, you just didn't see what was really happening. So I polished a few things so you can see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Luke wasn't his sister. It was just, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Now, but Chris, now you, the Star Wars is just a small fraction of your comics oeuvre.
Like yours, yeah.
No, I mean, to me, Star Wars is it's not my everything, but it's close. You know what I mean? It's a big, it takes up such a huge amount of my career. Most of the films that I directed were Star Wars films. But you've worked on so many other things. And one of the things, it's not Star Warsy at all, but you have a series that I feel a certain kinship towards. Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum. This is a series that you worked on. Could you tell us a little bit about that? It's educational, but also fun.
Thanks. So me and Brad Meltzer, who is a New York Times bestselling author, do a series of children's books called Ordinary People Change the World. And it's a bunch of historic figures that just look like children throughout. And they tell the story about what makes them heroic or special. And then PBS asked us to make a TV show out of it. So we've had our first season on. It's called Xavier Riddle and Secret Museum. And in their secret museum, as you guys are adults, you can look in the background, and I may or may not have inserted certain items that might look familiar to the Lucasfilm properties. I'm not saying it's true. If it is, it's not true, but
the car from Tucker is in your TV show?
Dude, how did you catch it?
Instantly.
You said famous object from Lucasfilm. That has to be it.
That's it. You know what the sad part is? Now that you mention it, I will be putting it in season 2.
We did it. It was a joke, but now it's real. PBS, public.
Look, I'm executive producing. I can do whatever I ask. They'll have to go out in there. So
that is, people ask, what is the job of executive producer? People do what you ask.
Yeah, I just sit around at my desk and tell people to do things, much like you.
Lauren, you're a producer as well.
Sure.
We're all producers here. We produce things.
Yes.
You've worn a
produce stuff.
You produce stuff. Do you like it? Do you identify as a producer? I identify as a producer.
You should, absolutely. I don't know that I identify as one, but I'm open to identifying as one more in the future.
Right.
But I do like any sort of position that allows you to have more control. I think that's great.
Right. Is it, if you have to decide between a project where you'll be wearing a producer hat or one where you'll just be a hired talent, is one of them, you like the lack of pressure when you're just acting in something, or do you thrive? You crave the power?
If I'm the producer, am I also in it?
I don't know. This is up to you.
In your story?
In my story, yes, you're also in it.
I mean, I was a line producer on Bosch, but I never appeared. I wanted to keep
Wow.
those.
Can I ask you a question,
clean.
Watto?
Yeah.
And I will answer your question, George, in a second.
Of course.
Watto, what proportionally? How big are you? Because I'm trying to remember who I saw you speaking to in the film.
Yes,
and
Liam Neeson, very tall.
So
Also,
how tall are you?
Annie?
Yes. I'm about 2'5", but I fly.
Right.
So I get
to
up
eye
to
level.
people's eye levels. Yeah, that's my trick. That's where I'm
I
a
love
little
that.
bit tricky. Yes.
Yeah. So George, to answer your question, I feel like I would really enjoy the challenge of producing and acting at the same time. I've done that once before. And it's cool because like you get to make decisions about things like costumes and other stuff like that. But I do really like the fun of being an actor and just getting to, focus on my part and do the best I can and not be thinking about a lot of different things while I'm doing it.
Right. So you like it all.
I like it all. What can I say?
love-
I'm a
you love
woman
show-
of the 2020s.
Love show. Is that what
We're all doomed.
Is that what the 2020s are going to be defined as? Not death and disease everywhere?
No, it's about doing it all, baby.
Doing it all. Doing it all. You heard it here first. I think this is an exclusive. The 2020s have just been labeled.
Now, George, we are getting an important question for Lauren in the chat. Do you mind if I pull it up?
Absolutely. Let's bring it up.
Andy T. Germ wants to know if Lauren's offer only.
You offer
Oh,
only?
that's a great question. I'm not offer only for everything. I audition for a lot of things, but sometimes I am offer only, depending on whether I feel like it.
Based on your feelings.
Yes.
It's how you're feeling from day to day, week to week. How does it? What's the moment?
Based on I guess if I feel like I have the time to do the audition, I will do it. And if I feel like I don't really have time, I would like to do this job, but I don't think I'll be able to pull off a good audition right now. But I think I would have fun doing the job. Then sure, I would like to be offer only.
Now,
so I've actually, I think that's worked in my favor a couple times because sometimes auditions just are rough. Auditions are really hard.
Yeah, they're not easy. They're not easy.
we are getting a follow-up from Mel Schneff. Chris,
Uh-huh.
are you offer only?
I'm plead only.
Okay.
Please ask me.
Now, Chris, go through, name some of the people who've been part of the Ordinary People Change the World series. I know you've had like Amelia Earhart and
Rosa Parks, MLK, Jim Henson, Walt Disney,
Watto.
I've been pushing for George Lucas, but we'll see.
This was what I was leaning toward, because at first I was, I've been aware of this series for a while, and at one point I thought, oh, am I in this? And then I thought, oh, maybe it's all people who have perished. They're no longer with us. And I thought Jim, I work with Jim on Labyrinth, and I thought, oh, that's good that he's there.
Mm-hmm.
But, there, and Lucille Ball, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. But you do have people, you have Sonia Sotomayor, you have people who are still with us. So it would be so great, because I did change the way that movies are made. That's pretty good.
Chris, I was going to ask, if you put George in it, would he have a beard? But then I saw you do have some facial hair on some of those children.
Yeah, so we draw them as little kids, but in their iconic look. So like Walt Disney's mustache. So of course, George would have to have a beard, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
I would have to have a Howard the Duck crew jacket.
There was a period in the late 80s where I appeared on the cover of Disney magazine beardless.
That
Chris.
sounds really pornographic.
Yeah. Can we pull that image up?
Let's pull that image up, Patrick.
Sure.
Patrick, that image, I want to say this for future reference, that image should always be immediately accessible for
It
this.
should be right here, right off screen.
Just like your first impulse.
Right here.
Okay.
Go. Like,
I feel like Watto should have a big blow up version of it on the wall behind you there.
I'm trying to find someone who can get it in the right dimensions that I'm asking for.
Right.
I'll say this. You think you might be ready to see George's jawline and chin? I assure you, you are not ready.
Hang
You
on.
can never be prepared to see this jawline and chin.
Okay.
Here we go. Share screen.
If I do a George Lucas book, I got to make sure that I get Watto in there too. So, whoa!
You really do. What? Okay.
Right?
Whoa, hold on.
what a
First of
snack.
all,
What
you
a
just
snack.
reminded me that I used to have a subscription to Disney.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it the Kids
Adventures.
magazine?
Disney
Yeah.
Adventure.
Adventure.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I bet every child who got that issue was so excited when they saw who was on the cover. George Lucas,
Yes.
director.
And that's Rex. We got Rex behind him.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris, let's think about this. You should have drawn George by this point, right?
You should have him ready.
Well, I won't say that I haven't hidden him somewhere in one of the books.
But I think I heard a rumor that you've drawn George.
What?
Sure.
What is this?
I've heard a rumor also you drew Watto.
What?
What? I think I think I remember doing that. It was one drunken evening, and it only happened once, and it won't happen again.
Well, let me pull it up.
Okay.
Let me pull it up.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
And he drew a little Patatouille.
Ratatouille. Little Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's really great.
Oh my goodness.
So that is an
wonderful.
original watercolor that I sent to.
Yes.
What is it? Patatouille?
Yeah, they're calling me Pat. Don't worry about
That
it.
is
because he's a rat. We call him that because he's a rat. We thought he was our producer, but he's a dirty, untrustworthy rat. So
And-
we call him Patatouille now.
And perhaps because he's standing with Patatouille, who has a 2 in his name, Watto is, of course, wearing his sequel hat.
Yes. Yes.
There it is.
But George, you got your little lightsaber. You got your little medal. You got everything.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Wow.
jacket got in there.
Everything.
Wow.
Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
I got
I
a
leave
question.
Watto's glasses at home, but it's
Yeah.
They're reading glasses. I only put them on when a guest is on screen. Chris, I have to ask, how drunk were you? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Because that's a confident line. Like if
That's
you
a confident line.
this is not like Charles Schultz in the late 90s. There's no indication. Even I suppose even close in. That is
Yes.
a confident line.
Yes.
What did
Strong
Charles
use of
Schultz do in the
color.
late 90s? I want to.
He went like this.
He had a shaky hand. It was actually, if you read the last
Oh.
decade of Peanuts, some of them I think will be up in my museum in a year. But I also encourage people to go to the Schultz Museum in Northern California. He didn't have assistants. Charles Schultz never had an assistant. He always
Oh,
did
that's
himself.
cool.
And one of the things that's really moving about if you read the full, you can purchase the full 50 years of Peanuts from Fantagraphics, and you see
50
the arc,
years, geez.
the arc of a creator, and even down to his last days, it was still just him. And so what you might have lost in, you don't have that 1960s, 1970s just pure strength of line, but there's a humanity to it. You're seeing this is the artist's signature pen stroke, and it's changing as he changes, which I think is actually it's in some senses it's devastating, but it's also, I think, profoundly inspiring to any artist to see someone live out a career pursuing their craft at that level.
And Lawrence
50 years, and his final strip was published the morning he passed away. He had
Really?
scheduled that to be his final strip, and he
I
passed
can't
away.
deal
that
with
same
that.
day.
That's like dying on your birthday.
It was his life's work.
Just
Yeah.
perfectly.
Chris, you like Peanuts?
that is my gateway drug. Yeah, he's like my big hero. If you look at my books and my style, it is such a ripoff of him. I think I have to send his widow like 10% of everything I do now.
Chris,
So-
have you
I'm sure
ever been to the Schultz Museum, Chris?
Yeah.
Not yet. They've invited me to come out and see it, and they actually have his desk there. And
It is.
Oh, I want to go.
You will love it. It's so great. It's so great. That should be the second that there's a vaccine and that you've been inoculated. That should be in the first 5 places you go.
I do
Can
want
I
to
ask
I mean,
a
it's right near
question?
Pixar too. It's right in the San Francisco area and Little North. So
I want to go to Pixar too.
yeah.
I have a question about something in that drawing that I was excited to see was the Arliss hat.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys recently watched all of Arliss.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole
I have
saga.
a question. Is that something that I should binge? Because I'm currently rewatching all of Entourage, which is making me really happy actually. And I was curious if that show would do that because I've never seen Arliss.
Arliss is absolutely better than Entourage.
Hard yes.
Really?
Hard yes.
Hard yes. Hard yes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Maybe that's next then. But
I mean,
is
let's-
he a
let-
sports
there it is.
agent?
Yes. He's a
Oh,
sports
that's
agent.
interesting
I mean,
to me.
look, Here's the
Classic
two-question
Ratatouille.
test I would run by if you are considering whether or not you should watch our list.
Okay.
Lauren, on a scale from 1 to 4,
Hey, Watto, hang on.
What?
Let me pull it up.
I was just off the top of
Oh,
my
I didn't know. Oh, I've never heard.
Watto, explain it a little bit.
Okay.
Well, look, our list, there's something a little bit surprising about him, which is his name is not like other people's names. He has $2 signs at the end of it because his passions bleed into the very language of his name. So a website was created. This is a real website that exists, a public trust, rlist.me, where you can make your own name into an rlist name. So Lauren, on a scale from 1 to 4, how business are you?
I guess 2.
Cool. It's like a Myers-Briggs test. And Lauren, on a scale from 1 to 4, how sports are you?
1.
There you
I
go.
would say you should watch our list. I think from those results, I would say you should watch our list.
Oh,
that is
that's
an
great.
Arliss name that says you gotta watch Arliss.
I'm gonna start signing my name like that.
I mean, I feel like we should give Chris one now too, just because.
Oh God!
Yeah.
You know.
If you can spell my name right. Oh, you got it
Check
right.
that out.
The hashtag is wrong, by the way, Watto.
I know. We'll fix that.
Uh-huh.
I don't do the hashtags. Guess who does the hashtags? Patatouille.
Georgie Porgy does them.
A
All right,
little rat.
here we go. Chris, how business are you 1 to 4?
1.
Okay. How sports?
What does baseball make me? A 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that depends. What do you mean? What does baseball make you? You
Well,
play baseball?
There's no hockey. There's no football. There's no cricket. There's no.
Yeah.
I'd say a 2. I think you answered your own question. I think baseball makes you a 2.
There he
Yeah.
is.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice
That's
one.
real sports.
Because my last name isn't hard enough already.
Yes. This is
Let's
it.
make it even more difficult for people.
And I do want to say we did get some fan art in.
I think this might be
Already?
the same thing I just sent you.
It is.
Eagerly.
It is. It's from Ben Ratner on Twitter.
Right on the
Wow,
brain.
the cup.
Wow.
Here's the
Sippy.
cup.
You're wrong sippy.
That's
Missy could be
fantastic.
drinking the wrong sippy, and the movie would be even clearer for the audience.
I think
Oh.
so. I
Net-
think
net-
we got to do a
Netflix.
remake.
That is money on the table right there.
Yeah, special
Wrong
edition.
Sippy.
Do a little special edition.
Now, Chris, I've watched Xavier Riddle on PBS. I think it's a wonderful show.
Because it's made for 70-year-old men, but okay.
Well, no, I'm studying the craft because I do things for kids. You know, I've made a lot of things for kids.
Fair enough.
I'm not a weirdo. I'm not a weirdo.
Are you a brony?
I'm not a brony. No,
Wow.
I'm not a brony. But I've studied. You know, I like to stay contemporary and see what people are doing, and something might inspire me to do something else. But I saw a fair amount of my influence in Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum, and I believe we have a little clip we're going to show.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, great.
So let's take a
George,
look.
you want to explain what we have to do to clips?
Oh yeah, we don't have the rights to show clips, so we always have to do something to distort them. And so we always ask Patatouille if he will do something to change. Usually the soundtrack is what the robot will go after.
I did less for Chris's than I did for another clip we'll be showing, but it's
All
still. All right, here we go.
Let's see it.
Sir Winston Churchill. That's who we're going to meet.
Oh, it's about ties. Looks like we're going to England, part of the United Kingdom, in the year 1882.
That's over 130 years ago.
Wow. I hope Winston Churchill can help me get those kids to listen to me.
Only one way to find out. Ready for adventure?
Ready. Ready. Here we go.
It's happening!
Hang on, Dr. Bill.
So this is England in 1882.
Any sign of Winston Churchill?
Excuse me, you're standing on my treasure.
Oh, sorry. Here's your,
Treasure. Thanks.
That's him, Winston Churchill.
We must build more airplanes. We must have an efficient air ministry. Personally, I think there should be a general election on a motion of no confidence in the conduct of the war.
I entirely agree with you. But if this government continues to deny the vote to soldiers who are serving in France, what kind of a democracy would that be?
What kind of a democracy is it now when half the population are not allowed to vote simply because they are women?
I fear that you are using the privilege of charming women everywhere and changing the subject.
Well, speaking of changing the subject...
You're talking about the right to vote. You say that soldiers deserve it, and so they do, but so do women.
My dear...
But so do women.
I'm so very sorry.
No, it's
Young
a tribute.
Indie
It's a tribute. Obviously, you know.
Yes, you pulled a lot from Young Indie, clearly.
It was one of the sources.
I mean, the tone is very different. I think that I think because we were targeting young adults, but maybe a little bit older demographic with Young Indiana Jones. And you made Winston Churchill into a little bit more of a cutie patootie. We sort of our Churchill, when we decided to have Churchill meet Young Indy, we made him a little bit more of a gruff, kind of a sourpuss.
Understandable.
And I think those are two perfectly valid interpretations. Because I think a young audience doesn't want a sourpuss; they want a cutie patootie.
Hence, next time I would do George.
But I really
Lucas,
appreciate it.
just like you.
Yep. That's true. Now, I mean, you're going to have a hard time making George and the cute. Hey, look what Lauren's got!
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Hold on.
Yay!
Yay!
Adorable.
Hold on.
I forgot here.
Oh, yours is still in his basket.
That's where he lives. This is his little basket.
Wow.
I forgot I got my little yarmulke.
Wow, really good.
I mean, I got this.
What's
Ooh.
that?
Wow! Ooh.
Oh.
Chewie didn't even get. Well, he didn't get one until just recently. But
And I've got Star Wars Bear.
Oh,
Wow,
Star Wars
is that a
Bear.
Build-A-Bear that you made?
Star Wars Bear was a character that they released before
Yes.
The Last Jedi came out.
It was available at Harrods in London
In their Build-A-Bear department.
Mm.
But it was listed.
I believe this is a character. I haven't been able to confirm this. I believe this is a character that was cut out of Episode 8, named Star Wars Bear,
Because the working title of The Last Jedi was Space Bear.
Yeah.
and you're telling me
Space
they
Bear.
released a toy after Force Awakens, but before Last Jedi, that is a bear who has a skin condition that spells out the word Star Wars repeatedly all over. First of all, it would finally explain the title of the Star Wars movies.
Now you know where they got it from.
From that
George,
bear.
can I ask you a personal question?
Absolutely.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is that I'll never get Star Wars back.
Well, I don't think you're going to.
I think I will. I think I'll probably be wrong on that one. I'm going to get it back.
I really don't
I
think
might.
you're going to.
I
I
might
think
get
the
it back.
ship has
Maybe for a minute. I
sailed.
might get it back for a minute. Maybe for a minute. I might get it back for a minute.
Maybe for a minute.
Just for a minute.
1 minute, Lauren.
1 minute. One more win. Please.
Well,
let
why
me-
would it be 1 minute?
I make a Star Wars movie real quick. I'll do a TikTok. I haven't asked this publicly because I've been afraid. If anyone from Disney is watching, and I know Patrick, I don't want to interfere with you professionally.
Yeah.
If anyone who has the power to make this happen, I would like to make a Star Wars TikTok. I want it to be canon. I want it to be official. Give me 1 minute where I own Star Wars again. I make a TikTok, and it's canon, and you can't take it out.
You just want one TikTok?
Just one TikTok. It'll be.
What would it be, George? Have you thought about it?
I'm not going to say because then everyone's going to go do it. I want to do it.
Would it star Claudia Conway? She feels like the kind of hot TikToker of the moment.
I mean, there might be a part for Claudia in it. I haven't cast it yet. It's going
I
to
mean,
be.
talk about what daughter of evil, tyrannical people leading a rebellion.
Yeah.
Claudia feels like she's right in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, it'd be great. I know that I want to cram a lot into 60 seconds, but I'm a storyteller, so I know how to do that.
Has anyone done like a parody of Camelot called Cramelot?
Oh, I don't know, but that's really funny, Lauren.
It's
do
very funny, Lauren.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Lauren, please, will you commit here tonight to have
Guys, bad news.
someone to
Bad
Camelot?
news. Cramelot's taken.
All right, let's.
Great.
All right, never mind. You are released from your
It's
past.
a recycling plant.
What?
Cycling.
Hey, now hold on. I think I think there's still room for a spoof.
Yes.
I don't think this
No, you know
recycling
what?
plant
Like-
is fully.
Is that a gonk droid?
Yeah, it looks like.
When I was in middle school, we did this show every year where parents would write parodies of songs and the kids would perform them, and they were like all school parodies of like current pop songs.
Yeah.
So I feel like Cramelot, even though Camelot's not a pop song, would really fit into that. Like, we got a Cramelot,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that kind of thing for homework.
Lauren, will you commit once things are safe again to performing Cramelot at Cramelot?
Yeah, when things are the second we have a vaccine, and I've gotten it, and a lot of people have gotten it, and it feels pretty
That
safe.
still leaves you that if you go to Cramelot first, you still have 4 places you can go before you have to make it to the Schultz Museum.
Yes.
So
And I'm going to go straight there, and I'm going to do a performance, and I'm going to do it on top of the machines. I'm going to do it inside the machines. I'm going to have them film it.
Be careful.
I'll definitely be careful. And I'm going to have them film it, and I'm going to have it be, I'm going to start a TikTok, and it's going to be extremely popular, and I'll get really, really TikTok famous from that, and I know you'll be really jealous of me.
Lauren, promise me you will be careful when you're standing on this machine, because I really don't want you to be safe during all of this pandemic, only to have the first thing you do be to fall backwards, wrong Missy style, when you don't have a stunt double this time, into a machine that is designed to sort recyclables, and it just tears you to pieces. Paper, glass. Yes.
Look, I said pretty quickly that right away I was like, yeah, I'll be safe. But then when you said it again, I felt like I wanted to just not do it because you are telling me to do it, and that feels annoying. So I don't know if I'm going to be safe or not, and I can't make any promises.
Well, okay. So George, wait a second. Tell Lauren to not be safe.
Lauren, don't be safe. Take all the risks you need to take as an
Fuck
artist.
you. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be extremely safe. I'm
Otto,
not going to even
Otto,
climb
let's
on the
high five.
machine.
Otto, high five with me. High five with me. We did it. Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Chris?
High fiving to you. Chris, hold
Sorry
on.
if I wasn't allowed to swear on your program.
No, you do whatever you want.
And now for you, Lauren. High fiving up like that. No, you're just getting Watto. I need it. That's you. Yep, there you go. All right. Chris, do you like Norman Rockwell?
Love Norman Rockwell.
Do you know about Butterboy and Buttergirl? Are you familiar with Butterboy and Buttergirl?
No.
Because Butterboy and Buttergirl, I believe these were limited edition plates that came out. Butterboy has a knife and some bread and butter on one of the pieces of bread, butter not on the other piece, but he has butter left over. And Buttergirl has one piece of bread and 2 blocks of butter that she is transferring from the plate. No idea if she has any intention to spread the butter or whether she's just going to eat it, bread with 2 blocks of butter on it. These kids, I believe, are capable of anything. I would love it if Xavier Riddle and the gang would meet up with Butterboy and Buttergirl. It seems like they'd be great friends.
Well,
they're going to be on like a heart attack machine. They're going to be just like making sure they're kept alive.
George, I'll say something. Chris, we have something hooked up to our stream. Can I bring up the screen?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
We could see if Chris wanted to draw Butterboy or Buttergirl.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I don't want to put pressure. I don't want to put pressure.
No pressure.
Were you live sketching a new George?
That's a new George wearing my Mr. Zip shirt that I bought from the U.S. Postal Service.
It's a topical George.
What's Mr. Zip?
Mr. Zip is the Postal Service's mascot. He delivers the mail.
Stand up. Give a good view of Mr. Zip, George.
Mr. Zip, you can buy this shirt. I believe it's back ordered.
Wow.
Mr. Zip. Hold on. Mr. Zip.
I'm going to order a post office ornament for my Christmas tree. I saw them. They look really cute in this.
I also got these Bugs Bunny postage stamps, which are really
good.
Yeah. Goes through because Bugs Bunny is 80 years old. 80 years old. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Wow.
That's old for a rabbit.
Usually they're dead by then, aren't they?
The other day I Googled what's the lifespan of a chicken.
Oh, no.
And the picture that came up was just a plate of fried chicken, and it said 5 to 10 years.
Wow. 10 years
Isn't
for
that
a
weird?
chicken feels old.
Watto got hip hop stems.
That's very
Are
on
they
brand for
blurry?
you. That's very on brand for you.
It's an artistic choice. They sort of like they look like they're screen printed and they got a little bleed on them.
My goodness. Wait, you are so fast, Chris.
Oh my God.
I mean, Chris is like your ideal illustrator, George. He's already so fast and intense, you could not even give him a note.
No. Oh, no, this is Butterboy and Buttergirl a few moments after, I think, George.
No, did that? Too much butter!
Too much butter!
Too much butter, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I can't believe it.
Oh, no. The death is confirmed. The death is
Wow.
Oh, no, Buttergirl.
Chris!
Sorry.
Don't apologize. It's what needed to happen in the story, I think. But it's so sad.
Don't pull a gilly, Chris. You don't need to apologize.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Lauren,
no,
you know,
Deadwell. Oh,
Deadwell!
Really
so
good.
good. So good.
I know it's very quick and sloppy, but
no, that's good.
I'm not good under pressure.
Loved it.
You're correct. No, I agree. You're not good under pressure. You're great under pressure.
Talk about the little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about that little twist.
Lauren, when I was 18 years old, Lauren, I was in a horrible automobile accident. I wanted to be a race car driver, but I was in a car wreck. I almost died, but my seatbelt, my safety belt, came on. It malfunctioned, and I was thrown from the car. The car crashed into a walnut tree, and I had to rethink.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about a little twist. And I thought I had to change my notion of what my life was going to be. Now I bring this up because you were on an HBO television series called Crashing. What was it like in that show?
Yes, great.
Yeah,
question.
so the connection there, in case people haven't seen that show, I think the connection you're going for is that Pete Holmes was married to my character, and he thought things would be going fine. Oh, look at me! I'm drinking out of my cup.
With another drink with the straw coming.
There was also
that.
one more. Hang on one sec. There's one more.
It's really good
It's
stuff.
Lauren as Buttergirl.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
And
you got a little butter Ackerman and a little butter PFT.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
fantastic.
That's
I'm gonna definitely
freedom.
use that for something.
Quicker than
I love that. So yeah, Crashing. Pete Holmes thought that his life was going one way, and then he had a bit of a crash that sent his life in a totally different direction, which was that my character divorced his character.
And then he had to stay on people's couches. He had to crash in people's couches.
Yeah, and he, almost by not having the safety net of our relationship, he was forced into a better part of his career and had more success. And your question was, how was it being on that?
Yeah, was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
Great. Now you work with my buddy Steve. He produced a movie. My best friend is a guy named Steve.
I've heard,
And you worked on a movie that he produced. You know which movie that is? You remember?
Jurassic World.
That's right, Steve Spielberg. That's my pal. And now he used to, when he'd make a Jurassic Park back in the day, he directed, he'd be there when they were doing all of it.
Yeah.
Now it's sort of not unlike the way I no longer am. He's more involved in the Jurassics than I am with Star Wars anymore. I made a clean break, more or less. But
Steve did not have Jurassic stolen from him in the same way. He still gets to take part.
He's still, he's still looking at the dailies. He's still observing things. How did it feel knowing that you were going to be part of a Steven Spielberg production? Was that a big deal for you? Did you grow up?
That was amazing. Yes, I did. I loved Jurassic Park growing up, and E.T. and many other films that he made. Oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah. So it was very surreal to be in Jurassic World, and I brought my brother to the premiere because we both loved those movies growing up, and so we had a really kind of crazy, surreal moment getting to be at this big event and watch the movie together. It was very cool.
Were you scared when you watched the movie, even though you were in it?
You know what? I was scared, and I'll tell you, it's funny that you said if I forgot the end of The Wrong Missy, that maybe I should watch it. I forget the end of every movie I've ever seen, even things I've been in, and I'm consistently surprised by the way Jurassic World ends.
Yeah. Do we want to spoil it? Do we want to spoil the ending?
You can.
I don't want to spoil. I won't do that for Steve, but you could do it because you're part of it if you wanted to. We can tell people, go away if you don't want to know how Jurassic World ends.
3.
Okay, go
3,
away. Okay.
2, 1.
Okay, so I don't. If you really don't want to know spoilers, don't stick around.
Don't stick around.
But
So let's
at
do,
the
I'm
end,
sorry, let's wait. No, now that it's double serious, let's do another countdown.
yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
So in that film, it ends with, you know, everything is good, everything's bad, and everything's crazy. And then they have all the guys coming back in, and all the dinosaurs doing stuff, and everybody's feeling regret, they're feeling hopeful. And then we get a lot of feeling that maybe there's gonna be more, and then the credits roll.
We don't know. You were dead the whole time, right?
And I was dead the entire time. My character is sort of the Bruce Willis of the movie.
All right, everybody who didn't want to be spoiled, come back in with the countdown. 3, 2, 1. You're back in the room. Let's go ahead and show a clip from Jurassic. Again, we had to distort it for copyright reasons so that the clip doesn't get pulled.
Now this one got distorted a little bit more because I was a little more nervous about.
Look, it's a big movie. There's a lot of money at stake. This clip might feel a little bit like it's a witness speaking anonymously.
Maybe we'll find out. Here we go.
If you require immediate medical attention, please report to the nearest health service.
Is this what you had in mind?
Hey. They said we had to evacuate this boat. You coming?
Someone has to stay behind.
Oh, no, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you guys were like together.
We are.
Oh, that's good. I just, you've never, like, you don't mention it, have?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well?
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Now, Patrick, what did you do to the change the timing of the voice? Did you speed it up? Did you slow it down? Did you change the pitch?
I couldn't figure out.
I just pushed it down a little bit. That was it.
Because it really, I don't know if this is something you may be learning about yourself, Lauren, but whatever he did, you could do ADR for Allison Janney. It really sounded like if we can play just a little bit of that clip again where she's talking.
Do that. I can't.
You can't do it?
We'd have to watch the whole thing.
Well, then let's do it. We'll play the whole clip. Listen for it.
If you require immediate medical attention, please report to the nearest health service.
Is this what you had in mind? Hey.
They said we had to evacuate this boat. You coming?
Someone has to stay behind.
Oh, no, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you guys were like together.
We are.
Oh, that's good. I just, you've never, like, you don't mention it, have?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well?
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
I hear it.
Yep. You can't unhear it.
No, you can't. And when I first moved to LA, I had an interview to be like her dog walker / run lines with her in her trailer, and I didn't get the job.
I have a lot of follow-up questions. That's a combined position in the Janney organization?
At the time it was, and I didn't meet her. I met somebody else.
Okay.
And I don't know, I was in her backyard having the meeting. And that alone was really impressive to me because she just had a pretty house. And I had, again, just moved to LA, so it was all very crazy that I had this opportunity through a friend. And then I just wasn't good enough to do it.
Did that person make you do a pre-read? before they gave
No.
you a sort of chemistry test to see if you could run lines with Allison herself?
No, that didn't happen. So I don't know what it was about me that made it clear that I wouldn't be able to handle the opportunity. Maybe I was too excited. I do. My mom has always said that she thinks I look like Allison Janney. So I think that I would love for Allison Janney to play my mom or something.
Put it out there into the world, guys. Everyone watching, let's make it happen.
What if we make a sequel and it's called The Mom Missy? And it's like, here's the
Honestly,
wedding. Now it's time to meet the parents.
I think that's a really good idea, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't cross my mind. I think it's
Mom-
a great idea.
The Missy Mommy.
The sippy Missy Mommy sip.
The sippy Missy Mommy sip.
Yeah.
Do you have to walk
Now-
mom's dog or anything?
I think
Do I have to what?
Walk mom's dog?
I should have to. It should be part of the audition process, I think.
Lauren, let me ask, because I know, and please don't be insulted by this, because I know you've starred in things, you've done a lot of big things. If that position was available again, would you be interested? Like, if would you be willing to walk Allison Janney's dog and run lines with her, even for a day?
Yes.
That's yes? Or I can't tell if that's Baby Yoda agreeing to it or not.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. No. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is adorable. They love each other so much.
Oh no!
Oh, Baby Yoda, the other Baby Yoda
kissing.
This is vaguely pornographic.
Yeah.
Nothing vague about it. It's romantic.
Here,
They're romantic little babies.
we got this from Oral West,
Wow, that's great.
Sandwich in a cup.
and then we also got one other one. Hang on one sec. This is
much
from
faster and better than me.
Not true. Everyone's equally good. I'm not going to make anyone feel better or worse than anyone else.
This is from Goop Goop.
Oh.
Wow. So what's happening there? I'm inside a.
Lauren, have you
Magic
seen
ball.
Labyrinth?
I've never seen that.
Oh.
This
Sorry.
is you.
Do you like David Bowie, Lauren?
I like David Bowie.
He's in Labyrinth.
I know that. It's weird. I feel like I get a lot about Labyrinth. Like I'm like, I get it. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah.
You like
the goblins?
You like goblins.
I like goblins. I've also been told I look like some character from. Is that why the people are saying that?
No, because
No.
your name shares some letters with Labyrinth.
Oh, there's some like elvish type character Muppet who's in some of those things, and
Maybe
with
Star
Ron-
Crystal.
I do Star Crystal.
That's what. That's what.
Yes.
it
Dark
is, yeah.
Crystal,
yeah.
that's another Jim.
They're of a piece.
Yeah.
You would love Labyrinth if you like movies about people who don't like babysitting. It's one of the best in that genre.
Right.
I don't
I
think
love
you would
that.
like. I don't think you would like Dark Crystal.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's my take.
I think I definitely think you like Labyrinth more than Dark Crystal.
Yes.
No question.
Okay.
Because David Bowie, can we get a picture of what David Bowie looks like in Labyrinth? And it should be a full body shot, please.
Yeah, we need a full body
We
frame.
need a
on
full
it.
body frame for this because
Sure, let me find a good one.
you can see
A real wide shot.
you can see a close up of David Bowie in Labyrinth and not fully understand the appeal.
Not getting the full picture.
You're not getting the full Bowie.
Okay.
Because,
Hang on, I gotta find
Yeah,
a
I
bigger.
think I've only seen close-ups.
yeah, when you
Yeah,
see a
no,
full body shot, you see not just David Bowie, but little Ziggy Stardust. You know what I'm talking about?
If you're just seeing a close up, it's like just watching a Quibi. You're barely getting.
I don't know if this is the best picture.
It's not the best picture.
Oh my God, he looks like a centaur.
Oh, here we go. Here's a better one.
Here's a better one.
Here's a better one.
I love the anticipation of that.
This JPEG is called Bowie Dash Bulge.
Of course.
Damn.
And that's and the thing is, they had the full resources of the Muppet Creature Workshop, but he brought that to set himself.
That was.
Is that a Muppet in your pocket? Are you glad to see me?
Hey, Chris!
That's it's either it might be a Muppet, it could be a whatnot. You know what I mean?
It could be a whatnot.
Chris,
I have a question for Chris. Oh, no, you have a question for Chris. We both are rushing to ask our Chris questions.
Let's ask our Chris question at the same time.
Okay.
Only if the Yodas look in and watch. And
Yes, while the Yoda's looking to watch, all right?
Yes. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Are you a fan of Carl Barks?
Of who? Carl Barks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you?
I love him. I wrote the intro to the first volume of the Fantagraphics complete Carl Barks library. Because I borrowed from Uncle Scrooge.
I was going to say, you remind me of Uncle Scrooge, really.
Well, because I'm rich and I have gray hair and he has white feathers.
Wear a red jacket.
And and I make duck stuff.
Yeah.
I make duck stuff whenever I can. And I borrowed from Uncle Scrooge the 7 Cities of Cibola story for the big boulder in Raiders of the Lost Ark, just the way you borrowed Winston Churchill from the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Is that just payback?
It's payback, baby.
Okay.
Payback's a witch from Willow.
Now, Chris, my question at the same time was, Chris, can I ask you a question? Because I was clever and I didn't want to burn my real question on a parallel question off.
See? So smart.
So smart. Watto's the smartest one.
Yes, you can ask me a question.
Thank you very much. Now, here's my real question, Chris. Big fan of your work. I love the series you did, Franklin Richards' Son of a Genius, which was in the Marvel Universe series about Franklin Richards, son of the Fantastic Four, and his little friend Herbie the Robot. And they go on fun hijinksy adventures together. It's a great series.
We just lost Lauren. She's gone.
I'm here. You can't see me?
She's tending to her baby. We are.
Oh, because I looked away?
No, because it's comic books talk, and it just gets very...
I thought my camera cut out, but I was like, I'm here. I'm listening.
Yes. I've done a lot of Marvel work.
Great book, Franklin Richards, Son of a Genius, Little Boy and His Robot Friend. Mm-hmm. Now, Chris, I used to own a boy and his robot.
True. But
is it based on them? I have to know. Is it based on my boy and my robot that I used to own and then I lost both of them?
Everything I write and draw is based on Star Wars. So yes, of course. Plus, I like the idea of selling a robot and a boy. It seems very appropriate.
Yes, exactly. I like that too. That's the only reason I bought them in the first place, because I said it's going to be fun to sell them at some point.
Watto.
That's a really bad quick drawing while I'm trying to
It's amazing.
I think it's
wow.
We love it.
I think it's great. Here's what I like about it. You're doing these fast drawings, and they remind me of when I released rough cuts of the Star Wars movies in the late 70s and early 1980s. I wasn't afraid to show people incomplete versions of the films, knowing that later on I'd be able to go back in and make them complete. I think it takes real courage, because some people will look at those drawings and think that's the definitive version of the drawing, when it's just that's the early draftsmanship, that you're working it out, you're figuring it out. Mm-hmm. Chris, I want to talk to you about lettering, because you're an acclaimed letterer.
That's what they tell me about.
You're an award-winning, in much in the same way that Lauren is an award-winning actor. Yes, Lauren?
Yes, I have one.
One award. You've been nominated for awards. Yes, you're a person who does acting, and then sometimes they give you a trophy for it. It's so good. And Chris, you win awards sometimes. And I've won awards. I've been nominated and I've won awards. So we've all won awards.
Watto, have you won an award, Watto?
I won a punctuality award on the set of The Phantom Menace.
Participation.
It was a little rigged because I didn't have to report to set. I was on the hard drive. I was there the whole time.
Perfect record, perfect attendance.
Yeah.
Patrick, you ever win an award or were nominated for an award?
I think there was something in high school, probably.
Well, find out for us.
Yeah.
We do some research and find out which award you were nominated for or won.
Yeah, sure. I can look into it.
Now, Chris, you're an acclaimed letterer, an award-winning letterer. Is it fair to say? And
I'm done with it now, but yes.
You're done with it because lettering is you've done a lot of lettering by hand, the old-fashioned way, practical lettering, let's say.
Yeah.
But now we live in a digital age, and you've designed lettering to be fonts to and your and that was that a difficult transition? Did you welcome the transition to digital, or does part of you miss the old ways?
Well, I miss the old ways, but digital is the way of the future. I mean, without digital, we wouldn't have Watto, right?
Thank you. Priorities.
But yeah, so it's
we wouldn't have been able to put Lauren's face on the woman who's fall off a cliff.
Yes.
All thanks.
We would have had to either just have a woman who looked more like you, or just like avoid showing the face quite so much. But now we can show your face while a woman falls off a cliff. We couldn't do that before.
You said that with a weird kind of tone, George.
I know, it got so weird.
Right? Well, I can't identify what the issue was, but when you got to the part that's specifically saying, a woman who falls off a cliff.
It was like the kind of thing that happens like to women where you're like, okay, and you're like, I'm going to really nicely try to figure out how to stop talking to this guy.
Right.
And just try to get away.
You technically haven't said anything wrong, but I got a weird chill.
I'll tell you this. I don't know if this gives context that will make people more comfortable. When I saw it happen, my reaction was, oh no, I wish that Missy hadn't fallen like that. Now she's hurt. I hope she's okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Have I made any wrong turns there? It was at the I got no thrill from Missy's misfortune.
That's too bad. It was supposed to be funny.
I also laughed, but I care. I laughed because I cared. I think it was a nervous laugh. Ha ha! Not like finally a woman has been thrown.
You know what? Hang on, George. I'm gonna pull Chris Watto and I off, and I just want you and Lauren to hash this out for a second.
Yeah.
Tell me where I went wrong, Lauren.
It's so much in your tone. It's so much that I can't explain to you because I think George, I'm just kind of.
I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you to explain. I'll do the work. How about that?
I don't.
Not your job to explain to me why my tone was. I need to figure it out. Am I doing that right?
That's fair. That's something. There's something good about that, but I feel like something you maybe don't know because I feel like you are a person who is a billionaire, and I just kind of assume.
Careful.
I just kind of assume that you don't, have people tell you. They don't correct you very often,
Yeah.
And I mean, I just felt like in that moment,
Gary Kurtz told me some things. Do you know Gary? Do you know Gary? Gary Kurtz? He was a producer on the first couple of Star Wars movies, and when we were making the second one, sometimes he'd say things like, "No, George," or maybe we should do something different.
This is the thing. Like, I feel like you might be somebody who kind of always relates, to other people's experiences through the lens of Star Wars.
Well, specifically, I was like, Gary, what are you doing? I can't wait to not have anyone saying, "Oh, did we lose? Did we lose?" I didn't do this. I didn't cut her mic. You did that, Lauren, not me. I didn't do this. Can we establish that I did not do this? It looks bad for me.
I can't. I don't know why I'm not here.
I can hear your voice. I will not silence your voice.
I don't know why I'm not
say what you
up.
think.
I'm trying to be here.
I don't know, but this is making me look terrible.
Oh my
Lauren.
God.
Where are you, Lauren?
George, I have to
how I felt when Missy fell off the cliff. I was like, oh no.
George,
what's happened?
George, I was gonna teach you more, but for some reason my camera stopped working. I keep pressing camera. It's not showing up. I do have to go, and this does coincide with the time in which I was going to leave. So it's not supposed to be any sort of message. I wish I could show you my face. We got cut off. I think the technology was trying to save me from really ripping you a new one. Yeah. So I think we're probably it's all for the best right now.
Well, now, Lauren, now it's just a bunch of dudes on screen.
That's honestly that's how I felt watching a lot of your films.
Really? Lauren, have you watched Strange Magic? That's one I made for girls.
No, I haven't.
I made Star Wars for boys, and I made Strange Magic for girls. It's going to be on Disney Plus, 3 a.m. September 1st. Do you have Disney Plus, Lauren?
I do, sweetie.
Do you want to, Lauren? Do you want to on September 1st at 3 a.m.? Do you want to watch Strange Magic?
Sure, babe. I gotta go. I gotta go, sweetie.
Thank you for coming, Lauren.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for coming, Lauren.
Bye, Lauren.
Bye.
Chris. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Lauren.
George,
Thanks a lot, George.
I cannot believe you shadow banned Lauren for criticizing you. Lord. The second she started pushing back, you shadow banned her.
Yeah. Well, she was. I was starting to feel like maybe she was the wrong Missy. You know what I mean? Like.
George, you can't say that.
The right Missy. I was starting to feel like she was the right Missy.
Would you like a shovel to help keep digging?
George, the message of that movie is that there is no wrong Missy.
that the message? I thought.
Oh, Missy's all right.
Okay. All right, I get it now. Even that one, even the one who fell off the cliff with
the
Lauren?
right. He's the right Missy. He's the right Missy.
The right Missy.
George,
Chris,
I found my resume from spring 2010.
And does this have awards on it? Is this section?
It does. It does.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read exactly what it says because I don't know what some of it means.
All right.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna come off a little braggy. Is that
All
okay?
right. Sure, absolutely.
High honors all quarters 2008 to 2010. High honors breakfast award 2009.
What's the breakfast award? Is this for frozen sausages?
It might be. I don't know what that means.
Patrick, do you have any frozen sausages right now?
I do. But
can you go get them? This will keep. This part is fresh. This evergreen. We could read this. We could have this part be part of any episode, and it'd be great.
Also, I mean, he hasn't made it clear. What institution is it that gave him the high honors?
I don't know.
University of Rats?
That's right. Chris, do you have any questions for us while Patatouille is getting his frozen sausages?
Wow.
Yeah, there they are. Shake them.
I don't know how do you work with him?
Patatouille?
Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's award winning, but the level
it's a
bragging.
struggle. It's a struggle, and honestly, it's more than anything. We're being held hostage at this point. It's rough circumstances these days. We're all.
I mean, here's the thing. Technically, I'm coworkers with all of you.
That's right.
So we should all be nice to me. Let me finish going through the awards. Hang on.
I'm sorry. I have one
breakfast
question.
award.
Yeah, I have one question about the previous item on your resume, Patrick. If I may.
Yeah.
When you say you got the high honors for 2 years.
Yeah.
Who issued those honors? University of Rats?
No, I heard you the first time. I heard you say that the first time.
Chris, we have a request for Patrick to be drawn as a rat. Is that possible?
Yeah.
And just so you know, I don't know. This is maybe demeaning because I know that you're not like on the boardwalk asking for hobbies, but
yeah.
But
I know.
Patrick,
I do feel a little bit.
Patrick does love. This is just important to know about him. He loves to nap and he loves to snack.
Yes, and he's also very slippery and he can't be trusted.
You don't have to draw anything that reflects that. It just might be like a look behind the eyes. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. That's how I was going to behind the eyes.
Yeah.
Let me keep going.
So
All right.
high honors? Is he like smoking weed in the hallway?
Yeah, baby.
No, don't do that. That makes it sound
That's
too
one of
cool.
his tricks. That's one of Patrick's tricks.
High honors all
he's not-
quarters 2008 to 2010. High honors breakfast award 2009. Fermi High School Lamplighter Drama Club Award 2009. Fermi High School Lamplighter Drama Club Annual Scholarship 2010. Enfield 4th of July Norma Post-Annual Scholarship 2010. Fermi High School Lamplighter Drama Club Scholarship 2010. Those are all the awards. I don't think I got any after high school. I think I got out and I was like, I'm good.
Patrick, your high school had enough of a lamp lighting program that they gave you an award for lighting lamps?
The lamplight, that was the name of our drama club, Wada. Oh, I hate
You had to do it on stage?
Look at
You had
this.
to light the lamps for the stage?
Look at this.
It's spot on. The likeness is uncanny. I don't know which box is the live feed of Patrick and which one is the live feed of Chris's tablet. I don't know which is which.
Oh, my God.
Did he make a little mess?
You'll have to send me the tape, like,
He made a little cupcake. He made a little cupcake pot.
Talk about a little cupcake.
Talk about a little cupcake.
Oh, no.
And sausages.
Oh, the sausages. He's packed in that.
Chris, while you're doing this, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Empire.
Woo!
I think Star Wars is the most complete. Empire.
Star Wars is the name of all of them. There's no one movie called Star Wars.
No.
Empire is a Fox television series about Lucius Lyon and his family that run Empire. They run
Empire Records, George?
Oh no, they don't run Empire Records. That's a '90s film. No, Empire is part of their legacy. They have these. Have you ever seen the television series, The Adventures of
It
Lucius
also
Lyon?
was bought out by Disney.
Disney owns everything, don't they?
Yeah. Disney could, if they wanted to remake The Empire Strikes Back using the characters from the TV series Empire. Because they own it all now. Mega Watto, smile.
Now, I want to say this because we got another one.
Yeah.
It's from Eric McKenzie. 3 producers and a baby Yoda.
There we go.
I mean, my whole job here is producer.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever won an award for it?
Yeah, I mean, scholarships aren't really awards.
Yeah, I didn't hear it on the resume.
I had a high honors award, and I had a lamp
For lighting a lamp and being a rat, not for producing.
Yeah, and a breakfast award sounds like something that someone like you would make up.
Yeah, I could eat your breakfast award for lunch.
It's true, he could.
Chris, who was your favorite historical figure to draw? Because you've drawn a lot of them.
Favorite.
Or was there one that was the most fun to draw, the most creative? I feel like I was looking a lot at the Henson ones, and that felt like it was a lot of colors and a lot of characters and a lot of
a lot of Muppets to draw. I think it was, keeping to the space theme, I think it was Neil Armstrong.
Okay.
Oh,
just because it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys have picked up all the books, and you're like well into this and
going through them all.
Right?
George has a young child. George has a 7-year-old child.
Got him in the library.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, I want to talk about influences as well, because I feel like you've spoken about, obviously we've spoken about Charles Schultz.
Yep.
But there's also Watterson is another, Bill Watterson is also a big influence.
Big.
I can see in your line work, I can see your love for Calvin and Hobbes in your work.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, very much in a good way, especially considering the fact that we've been deprived of Bill Watterson as a cartoonist now for decades. He reportedly,
I've heard it before, I'll say it again. If you're looking for some of that Calvin and Hobbes dynamic, Franklin Richards, son of a genius, is very in line.
Very much. I mean, just like you took from Kurosawa, I take from my influences and I make story.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's a story.
That's what I hear.
Now, do you believe it's true? I don't know. I never know what to believe. I heard that Bill was painting watercolors every day and then burning.
I heard that he was not holding on to them because he didn't want anybody to get a hold of them.
Right. So he would go out in the field, make a painting, and then set it on fire.
Yeah. There's very interesting. He was very notoriously like a Salinger type. He tried to stay hidden, but there is a documentary out there called Stripped where he actually allowed his voice to be recorded for the movie, so you get to actually hear him talk about comics, which was like huge.
Yeah.
So.
Now the one thing I love Calvin and Hobbes. I think it's great, but there's one thing that do I hate about Calvin and Hobbes. And this is where he and I couldn't be more different. Because Bill Watterson, he don't like to merchandise.
No.
You can't buy a little Calvin doll. You can't buy a little Hobbes doll, little toys, little shirt,
He hates the money. I can't relate to him either because he hates.
Well, from what I understand, you and your pal Steven reached out to him to actually make a movie or something like that, and he turned you down.
Please, Bill. Please. Let's do this. Let's make it. Everyone wants to see it. Can you imagine how good it would have been? Are you glad that we failed? There is something pure about it just being a comic strip and that's it. I'm surprised he hasn't done at least one storybook, say, in the time since.
I know. Now's the time. He should be doing like graphic novels or
even just something like a simple, 10, watercolor, like just a beautiful story.
Yeah.
You could take one Calvin and Hobbes Sunday strip and it would almost be enough for a book if it was on a big enough sort of thing.
Yeah. And he was doing a lot of those watercolor stories in like his collections that look great, and that like it could have been just a picture book for kids.
Yeah, well, like the intros that he would do for whenever they do a collection, he'd always do an original piece for the beginning. I thought we'd get more of that, and I kind of feel towards Bill Watterson the way that I assume a lot of fans felt towards me when I took a giant break in making Star Wars. It's a big thing to do, to take a break when people love something.
But you came back, right?
He came back stronger.
Hang on.
When are we gonna get the Phantom Menace of Calvin and Hobbes? When are we gonna get the Attack of the Clones of Calvin and Hobbes?
I think we're talking around it. You're saying, oh, you should do a book of watercolors. No, he should do a book of watercolors. That's what George came back from retirement doing.
I want to do watercolors.
I want watercolors. Do a book, blue.
Everything blue. His blue period.
Oh, that was my blue period.
Hey, Chris, someone pointed out in the chat. Can you do me a favor? Can you go grab that pillow over on your couch behind you?
Oh, yeah. This one?
Oh.
Good,
That's not the first time you've hugged that pillow, I can tell.
No, that pillow has been well hugged before.
You love it.
I love him.
Well, I wish I could show you, but if I can turn it maybe a little bit.
Maybe turn it a little bit.
Oh, I see him a little bit.
If you look,
you have so many.
Oh my gosh.
There's literally about 100 R2-D2s right in here.
Oh,
another one there. Then it's like Back to the Future, Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek.
Oh,
this guy.
Yeah, I love how you put them in the back. That's great. What an insult.
Let's see. Oh, and then I've got like really good ones over here hidden.
Do you have like a number one favorite R2? Is there a favorite in your collection?
That's a
good one. Jeez.
That is a good one.
Hey, Patatouille, do you have the R2 phone there?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding. I think someone's calling Patatouille. Answer the phone. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Now here's a relic.
Oh, that's my book. There's my book.
That's the original.
My novel. Oh, I'm a novelist.
The Great American Novel.
Great American Novel. There it is. When people say that, that's what they mean. You mean Star Wars?
There he is.
Do back.
I mean, look.
Wait 1 second. Boop, 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 boop. Ding, 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 ding.
I've just got a regular. Oh wait, what's this?
Ding, 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 ding.
Hello?
You're a rat.
Can you press the button to make his head move around?
I don't. What is this guy? I mean, I have so many different.
His motor is whirring, but he's not doing anything.
Wow.
No, there's got to be. You can't have broken him, Patatouille.
George.
You owe me so much money if you broke him.
I mean, George.
That's the original screen used.
That's the original R2-D2.
Yeah,
now
shake the bones out. We gotta shake the bones out.
He's full of bones. He's full of bones. Don't shake him out. He's full of bones.
He's full of bones.
Oh, look at that!
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
This is a beer cooler.
What?
I thought that was one of those little carts you push to the grocery store.
Can you imagine going to the grocery store with this thing?
I imagine. I've done it.
Let's see. Should you go right there?
Yes, he should.
Is Arthur like your single favorite character?
Your favorite? He's one of my favorites. I'll confess. He's one of my favorites too.
Yeah. I was always the short kid, still am, and so like he's the hero of every Star Wars movie. So
yeah,
he's my guy.
The strength about R2, what I think is strong about him, is the restraint, because he has all of these abilities that he could use. He can fly, he can shoot fire, and yet he knows when to pick his moments. Like there are times in Empire or in New Hope or in Return of the Jedi where he could be flying around, he could be shooting fire, but he doesn't. He's like gone.
He absolutely has all of those abilities in those movies, and it was planned that way from the very beginning.
And he didn't have to show off, unlike some people who get breakfast awards. He didn't need to tell.
R2-D2 would refuse a breakfast award the same way that Marlon Brando refused his Oscar.
Yes.
He has those principles. Chris, can I ask you, because I'm so enthusiastic about the comics rack you have in the corner there.
What spinner rack?
What titles do you have in that spinner rack?
I have a whole bunch. A lot of I don't know if you're a comics fan, but John Byrne was a big favorite of mine. I do have some of mine in there. One of the joys I got was to do like R2-D2 stories, so I've got an R2 story somewhere in there.
Great.
Let me see. What else do I have?
What treasures do you have? This is like its own Indiana Jones movie. Indiana Jones is the spinner.
What the comics on his spinner rack.
There it is.
Oh,
Patrick.
Number one.
Patrick feels like he's at the office looking at that.
Let's see. What else do I have?
Oh,
I gotta find mine in here somewhere, but I think I threw mine all away.
Oh no!
You threw all your comics away? What? Why? Chris, why'd you do that?
I don't know. I was hoping to find the R2D2 one, but
oh my goodness!
I've got a whole bunch of other stuff in here. Anything in particular you're looking at?
No, I just was curious whether that was where you kept personal treasures, or where you kept things that you read casually, or things that you've done, or if it sounds like it's a mix.
It's only a couple of books that I did. Here's another one I did. Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers.
That's great. Oh.
When is that series from? When did that come out?
Man, I need my glasses to see what year this came out. Like 2008.
Wow, I got to dig into that one.
Yeah, it was a couple of series. It's all the animals of the Marvel Universe.
My favorite characters, all of my favorite characters.
Yeah. But,
so good, Chris. Now, another book of yours I like The Yawns Are Coming.
Yeah, so I'm also doing like little children's books. So,
yeah,
you know, when your 7-year-old wants to go to sleep at night, she can read this wonderful little, or she
make it magical. You make it magical for them.
Anybody.
See, July
2009.
Which
makes little children's films. So if a 7-year-old is trying to fall asleep, they can watch a little movie about the rise of space fascism.
That's right. They're kids' movies. That's what they are.
They're little kids' movies.
Nothing says fun like debating laws in the Senate.
No, that's right. And you've got to understand that systems can fail us.
That's how democracy dies, to thunderous applause. And no, I'm not talking about the RNC convention next week.
Oh my goodness.
We're getting very topical now, huh?
Yeah, talk about some cartoon characters.
Chris, you don't want to know Watto's politics.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a dark web libertarian, but mostly I vote for chaos.
Of course.
Yes.
Shouldn't be surprising.
What are you reading? What are you writing? What's going on over there?
What am I doing right now? I'm gonna draw some comics, maybe.
George,
whoa!
I'll draw some comics.
You going to draw a little strip, George?
He draws too.
They draw now?
He's not gonna strip, is he?
What?
You're gonna strip?
No, keep this stripping on the page, not off your body, George.
George, what are you drawing?
Keep the conversation going. I'm not as fast as Chris. It's going to take me a lot longer. This also isn't my medium.
Chris, someone in the chat asked if is Howard part of your animals in that last book that you held up?
Not. I was actually planning for there was 3 series. I was hoping to do a 4th, and I was going to get Howard in there. But maybe if they'll let me do it again. I mean, I'm still doing some work for them, so.
I have a question for you, Chris. You're saying you got to draw R2D2. You've done books for Marvel. You've done things in the Star Wars universe. You've done all of these historical figures. Is there someone, like, I guess, from any property who you still are waiting, dreaming of the chance to draw in official capacity?
To be honest, I'm really hoping that Marvel will let me do a Watto series.
Hey now.
Come on.
Hey now.
I think it sells itself, does it not?
Yes, I mean literally.
And other things, yeah, and little children. Yeah. I mean, it would sell itself to children.
Yes, I think.
And then sell the children.
Now, what kind of stories would you want to tell with Watto?
Oh, you know,
stereotypes. Because there's a lot I left on the table. You know, I only showed a very small fragment of what Watto is. You know,
I mean, Watto, the young years, the child years.
Yeah, what made him what he is today? I mean, important stories.
I think it's almost like something out of the Harvey comics, Little Watto.
And also hot stuff.
It's like Richie Rich, a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy things with your money.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Maybe over
get
it all in.
Yeah.
Yes. The tattooing kids, you know?
Right, all the little like baby Greedo and
what a great character. Everyone loves that character so much.
Watto's always going around shooting everybody first.
Oh,
yes.
Watto, can you give us, Watto, just give us a hint of something that we could use for a story from your life.
For a little Watto story.
Just a little Watto story.
Okay, so Watto wakes up. Oh, what a fun morning! Let me eat my breakfast. And Watto eats the cereal, and then his dad comes in and goes, Watto, you ate all that cereal. What are you looking for, an award or something? And Watto goes, no, I don't eat breakfast for an award. I do it for the love of it. And then he steps outside his little house, his little hut, and he breaks his eyes, and he looks, and what's next door? It's Jabba the Hutt, and he's got a little lemonade stand. And Watto goes, that gives me an idea. And there's a little light bulb. And then the next panel, you see Watto has a stand and he's selling children.
Oh, wow. That's a twist. Talk about
a little twist.
George, I want to see what you're drawing. Can you show us what you're drawing?
Not yet. Not until I'm done. I told you this is going to take as long as it takes.
Hurry up a little bit, because I don't want to keep Chris here all night.
Chris, are you? Let Chris speak for himself. Don't treat him the way you treated Lauren Lapkus. You drove her off the stream.
You shadow banned her. You
shadow banned her. Patrick, you're the producer of the show. I'm just on camera talent. We lost the feed, and that was on you, Patrick. Please.
I think
Patrick Patatouille, be better. Okay? Be better.
Be best. Actually, in fact, hashtag be best. If we're really going to get into it, Patatouille, hashtag be best.
Chris, I think you would say that I'm doing a good job, Chris, right?
Wow, talk about mansplaining.
I'm sorry. I you know what? The sound system was going slightly.
Oh, that's wild. It's been working fine. I'm surprised that it just cut out then. That's really weird. Well, we'll look into it.
But
oh no. George, you're gonna lose another one. Show your picture.
Hat.
Whoa!
Oh man.
Whoa!
Man, I got a forehead on that one, huh? But I don't have any eyebrows. Is that like just because I'm robotic?
No, you do have expressive eyebrows. I was worried because I feel like I captured your expression with the eyes, and I was worried that I would undo what I had done with those eyes.
And no mouth. Are you trying to tell me something?
It's Artudopoulos. Artudopoulos.
Artudopoulos. Do you like that? You're a professional. I'm just an amateur.
My next book has got a lot of. I want to thank you all for helping me write my next Star Wars story because it really.
I mean, Chris, we'll say this: if you have any characters in the background that you're trying to sneak into your next Star Wars story, you wouldn't be mad.
We wouldn't be mad.
I will neither confirm nor deny that any familiar faces might be in the next show.
And I don't think that the Norman Rockwell estate is paying too close an eye to what is done with Better Boy and Better Girl these days.
They're almost public.
I was going to say by this point, right? It's got to be public domain.
I think so. And I think that they just showed up and you just quietly inserted them into the gang.
Yeah.
Just have them in the background. 2 little kids scraping butter onto bread.
And here's another thing is, look, if you got the busy frame, you have a lot of action going on. Very easy to just sneak in.
Sneak it right in the back.
A little rat.
Little rat.
It's easy to fit in a little rat.
Mickey Rat?
I remember my buddy.
I got a different idea of the first name, but we'll talk about that later.
Because I remember, because Patatouille, he's actually, he doesn't credit himself as an actor or performer. But I remember when my pal Marty Scorsese was making a movie a few years back, and in the very last scene, he just said, "Patrick, will you just scurry across the screen at the end of the movie?" And we see Patrick at the very end of The Departed.
He's trying to light a lamp.
He put a bunch of snacks and a pillow at the other end, just out of frame. Boy, Patrick didn't even hear the question. He just ran in front of the shot, and that's how they chose to end the movie. Just that little blooper.
And it won Best Picture.
That's why the man's a genius.
Yeah.
Chris, did you really have to go, or was Patrick being presumptuous?
No, I heard, like, you sounded like you were hitting on me by drawing me. I felt it was a little Titanic-esque, and I'm feeling a little vulnerable right now.
Let me draw you like my French girls.
Oh. Okay. Hey, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Wow, driving them away.
I think.
Wow.
Chris, big fan. Keep up the work. If you ever want to do an I Am George Lucas book, it would be a welcome addition to a very lovely series that I think would make sense.
I promise you, based on the evening, there will be an image with some familiar faces in a book, and I think you'll enjoy it.
We love it.
Thank you so much, and thank you for buying all that. Thank you for buying all that R2D2 stuff. That's so good.
I'm put you in the mansion you live in.
Thank you, Chris.
Right, take care.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, what a great guy. What a nice guy.
What a great guy. I can't believe you tried to shadow ban him, Patrick.
Oh, Patrick.
Me?
Patrick.
Yes.
No.
You were trying so hard to shadow ban him.
No. I don't even know what that means, Watto.
Wow, now he's gaslighting. Do you know what that means?
Unbelievable. He mansplained, gaslit, and shadow banned.
That's a trilogy, Patrick. Full respect.
Hey, George.
Yeah.
I think this part of the show's done.
Well, despite everything, Patrick, there's something I'd love to say to you.
Yeah. What is it, George?
Thanks.